Hey everyone, I thought I'd just hop on and do a super fast tutorial on using the Blenderful and just getting a 5-minute face. Okay, I'm just inviting a few friends to join me. Katie Landclose, if you hop on, will you tell your mom to get on? Miss Cheryl, this tutorial I thought would be really good because we were just talking about doing using our Blenderful. So if you've watched any of my live videos in the past, I like to use my Blenderful wet. The Limelight's foundation is a botanical foundation, okay? And it's wax-based, so it's just going to sit right on top of your skin. It is 50% pigmented, so you're going to get really great coverage. So you have several ways that you can apply it. The one way that I use all the time, because I already have the tool, is a Blenderful. Now, a Blenderful is specific to Limelight, and it comes in this great little carrying case right here. It's mesh, so it breathes. There you go. So when I'm done, I just pop this open, and I just put it away. Sorry, I can hear the baby monitor, and I'm hearing weird noises. Y'all pray for me. My kids are unattended right now, and I only have a few minutes before I start school pickup. Anyhow, so Limelight. I am a Shinto too. Whoop. If you want to be foundation matched, let me know. I can try to get you foundation matched, and you can try out this amazing stuff for yourself. All right, so right now I'm barefaced, and I'm using my Blenderful. The Blenderful is different. Okay, I'm not, for real, I'm not trying to sell you. The Blenderful is different than just a sponge you would get at your drugstore. You can try that. Totally try it. Awesome. It's cheap. But if you want quality, this is, when I feel it, it's kind of like satiny. It's really, really soft, and it gives you a perfect blend. All right, and it kind of fits perfectly in our palette. Imagine that. So this is wet. I usually apply this because I want kind of a more sheer coverage. I don't want a super pigmented, heavy coverage most days. Now, if I'm going out on a date night or I want more dramatic makeup, I leave this dry and then I apply my foundation. So, everyday wear, well, I don't actually wear foundation every day, but when I do wear it, I'm just using this with my Blenderful that I ran underneath the water and squeezed out several times, okay? So I know that I've said this on my past tutorials, but you are just going to do a quarter of a turn. So whenever I'm using this, and sorry, it's backwards, and I'm putting it in here, I put it in, sorry guys, sorry, there we go. And I literally just turn it a quarter of a way around, there we go, around my little palette there. All right, and then I start at my chin. Now, of course, I've already washed my face with my Limelight products. And now I'm putting on Limelight foundation. So again, this is called our Botanical foundation. It's all natural and it's amazing. 50% pigmentation. So if you're having, say, some rosacea or some discoloration in your face, between our foundation and our amazingly pigmented concealer, you're going to get super amazing results, okay? Now, if you notice, when I started with my Blenderful, I started and I'm just doing little turns, and they're really, really light turns on my face to blend this out, okay? And I'm taking it up from my chin, and I'm blending up, okay? After I kind of get this all blended up, and on my face evenly, if I need to go back and retouch a spot, I will. If I'm having a little bit of redness, or, you know, maybe I'm having some hormonal stuff and I'm broken out somewhere and I kind of want to cover up more of my face, I'm going to go back and hit those spots again. All right? I also take this and I blend it down just a tiny bit, just so I don't have a hard line. All right. Boom. And that is my foundation. Now, the next product that I've invested in that I think is just the freaking bomb, y'all. I don't know how I went this long without this, okay? It's our concealer. Our concealer is amazing. It is expensive, but it is so amazing, and it's always out of stock. And I can tell you why, because it's the best concealer I have ever tried. All right, so our concealer you order by these little palettes right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I ordered a 4-well. But you order them one at a time. And if you want help getting matched on what concealer you would use, just let me know. Ooh. So when it comes time for me to apply my concealer, I use a number 4 to cover up blemishes, and I use a number, I want to say this is a 2. A number 4 and a number 2. Those are the 2 colors that I use. So 2 I use for highlighting, to cover up any dark circles, or I actually kind of use a blend of number 2 and number 4 because I have right here, I have a sunspot. That is such a bummer. I should wear sunscreen, or I should have worn sunscreen every day. Now I'm using One Drop Wonder, and that really helps because that's my UV protection. All right, so if I have any blemishes, which I have just a tiny bit of breakout right here, I really think it's from just my stress from packing and moving, and life with, 6 children can be a little bit stressful. Sometimes I get a little bit of stress breakouts. It happens to the best of us. All right, so I usually just apply my concealer right here under my under eyes so that, it conceals any dark circles. Let's see, so this is my number 2. This is my highlighter. Sometimes I'll just put a little bit on my lids too, especially if I'm wanting to just brighten them up a tiny bit, and then I'm done. I'll also hit my forehead right here and kind of down the bridge of my nose to give me that really fun glowing look. I let that sit on my face. I know I look kind of crazy right now, but I let that sit on my face while I'm getting ready. Now, one great thing about our foundation and our concealer is that it's waterproof. So you're going to put it on and it should stay. Once it sets, it should stay. We do offer a primer and a setting spray that you can use. I don't have those yet. I do want to invest in them, but I don't own them yet, so I just use our pressed powder to kind of set everything when I'm all done. So right now it looks like I have crazy eyes, but this is me trying to conceal life. Dark circles under my eyes, kind of dark eyes that I guess maybe the skin on my eyes has just gotten dark as I've gotten older. I don't know. I'm an old woman. Whatever. So this is how I conceal. I used a number 4 on my blemishes, a number 2 to kind of highlight and cover my dark circles. All right, and again, I can help you get color matched on foundation and let you know what concealers you would need to use to cover up your under eye circles, depending on if you have more greenish under eye circles or even some purplish under eye circles. And then based on your skin tone and what color foundation you are, we would figure out what color concealer to use to conceal your blemishes. All right, so moving right along. I'm doing a 5-minute face, so I'm not going to let this sit on here. Usually I would let everything just kind of sit while I do other things, fill my brows and things like that. Actually, I can fill my brows, sorry. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that I use number 40 to fill my brows every day. These brows are almost non-existent. And they grow so funky. They're just like gaping holes in my eyebrows, and I did not put them there. That's just what God gave me. So I'm working with it. All right, I use this teeny tiny little angled brush to fill in my brows. By doing this, it gives me a very, very natural look. All right, and I usually start by giving myself a little line right here, and then I bring it down. I have a tad bit of a gap right here on my brow. So I just fill that in, tap off my excess, and I start filling that in. And then I just kind of work my way very, very lightly to the front of my brows, because this eyeshadow is super pigmented. This is a professional grade product, which means when you're using more professional grade products, just in general, as far as makeup goes, it means less filler, more pigmentation. If you're using more of a professional grade skincare system, a whole lot less filler. It's going to be more of a pure product. So you're really just getting more bang for your buck. stuff that you can buy at the drugstore or at, you know, Walmart or something like that is cheap, cheap, cheap. But you're going to use a lot more because it is not, for one, your makeup will not be very pigmented. And as far as skincare goes, it's going to be full of maybe some harmful chemicals. And filler, because they want to give you a lot of bang for your buck. But even though you get that big old bottle of Clean and Clear, they're gypping you because they're putting a whole bunch of filler in there, and that product is not very pure. You're going to have to use a whole lot because it's not very concentrated. All right, there you go. So my brows are filled with number 40, and it didn't take much at all. All right, so on my days like this, I am running. Okay, this is my blush and bronzer palette, okay? I love this blush and bronzer palette. Look at my labels. This is my OCD, and guess what? My daughter helped me. I have turned my 11-year-old Gabby onto the label maker because that is life. You know, for type A personalities, a label maker is a very good thing. It's life-giving, okay? So I'm just going to put on a little bit of bronzer and, you know, give myself a little bit of contouring. And I just kind of stick this right here in this area, right here underneath my cheekbone to kind of create a pop and sculpt my face. And then I bring it right on here up to my temples, just like that. And then I'll just barely dab on a tiny bit more, and I'm going to bring that up here. And kind of bring it down, and then bring it down here to my chin. So I am making a 3 on my face, okay? So there's a little bronzer tip. You're just making a 3, and you can already see the sculpting that's happening right there. Look at these eyes. They are amazing. All right, so again, I'm going to bring this up and back down right here on my temples, right here underneath my cheekbones, and down to my chin. And I am just trying to sculpt my face, make my cheekbones look like they're, you know, kind of popping out, my face look skinny. You know, who doesn't want a skinny looking face? I will use all the bronzer to make my face look skinny. What do you think? Does my face look skinny? All right, that is the goal. All right, I'm looking sculpted. I'm actually trying to diminish the massive size of my forehead. And now I'm going to go in with number 7. Number 7, whoop, is my all-time favorite for blush. And I'm just barely putting on any product. Again, because it is highly pigmented. Now, I'm really careful not to bring it all the way back here because I don't want that harsh 80s look. I'm literally just swirling that onto my cheekbone and then just a little bit down here onto my cheek. All right, tap off my excess, and I'm gonna do the same thing because we are kind of going for that symmetry thing. We want it to be the same on both sides, right? We want even makeup. And I just did it right here on my cheekbone and then brought it down a little bit to my cheek. All right, excellent. Very good. Now I'm going to blend in my highlighting and contouring. All right, so I just use this fun little brush right here. It's kind of a blender brush. I've had this since I originally went to cosmetology school. And it is just the best brush. If you invest in good brushes, you know, maybe you just purchase one at a time, one a month or something like that, you'll have brushes for the rest of your life as long as you take care of them. Keep them clean and wash them because, you know, nobody wants any funk on their face. You know, you don't want some crazy acne or bacteria or anything crazy, right? So wash your brushes. All right, so I just take this and I blend this down. So I'm just blending away because, again, we don't want any crazy lines. And we're covering up those dark circles because as a mom of 6 children, I'm just gonna fake that I get all the sleep. And we all know that's not true. I'm not sleeping. No, and I bet you're not sleeping either. Okay? So I'm going to just take a little bit of leftover because, you know, I don't want a mustache or anything. I'm just going to put it here and look at that. Looking good. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is put on a little bit of mascara, okay? This is called Perfect Mascara by Limelight, and it holds up to that. It's perfect. It's every bit of perfect, okay? This is like heaven in a mascara tube. It's $20. And let's see, with Gabby and I using it, and Gabby loves mascara like something fierce, it lasted me, my first tube lasted from July all the way into September. And that's with 2 of us using it, okay? So Gabby is a mascara fiend. She loves to put on the mascara and have big, beautiful lashes, just like every 11-year-old girl, right? She needs fiber lash. Anyhow, okay, so actually, before I do that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little setting powder on, because if I put on my setting powder and I get a little bit right here on my eyes, it's just going to go ahead and give my mascara a little something to elongate my lashes even more. So I'm basically just putting my pressed powder right here in my T-zone, because that's where I tend to look a little oily. Now, before I put on my makeup, I'd wash my face with our Dream Balm collection because I really suffer with acne and oily skin. But in the morning, I actually put Must Do, which is an oil, back on my face because I want to replenish the oil that I'm stripping away. And it works. It works pretty darn good. So I'll use my Dream Clean Cleanser. I follow that up with Calm Balm. And then I will stick on a little bit of, I do like half of a pump of Must Do and 1 drop of One Drop Wonder, just to get that UV protection. All right, guys, now for real, perfect mascara. I didn't put any eyeliner on today because I'm just going to be running around picking up my littles from school and going to the doctor's office, because I've only been to the doctor's office like, I don't know, 3 times last week. And what's one more time, right? I've got to pick up paperwork because that is life. Whenever you are a mom, or I will say especially a foster parent, or trying to become an adoptive parent, the paperwork struggle is really real. You have to have every sort of kind of documentation about 5 times. So there you go. Don't let that discourage you though, because it definitely has so many benefits that outweigh the massive amounts of paperwork that you're going to have to do. All right, so I've got 1 coat of my Perfect Mascara on. I'm just going to go very lightly here on the bottom, just to give my lashes some color, because like my eyebrows, they're almost non-existent. Yeah, that's a gift. I don't know. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I have very light eyebrows. I'm going to blame it on your genetics. All right, and I'm going to do my other eye here. This is really just like way more than I even typically wear, but I wanted to show you how amazing the concealer is, because the concealer is so great. And then I also wanted Miss Cheryl to be able to see the Blenderful and kind of how I'm working that. All right, do you guys have any questions? Because I am talking and talking and talking, but I'm gonna just count this as adult interaction, because, you know, I've been talking to kids all day and homeschooling. So, let's see here. So, Perfect Mascara. If you want long lashes, I'm going to poke my eye out. If you want long lashes without having to get extensions or put on false eyelashes, this is amazing. And it lasts pretty long, and I'm just getting it everywhere. So I'm going to go back with a little brush right here. I'm going to let that dry where I fudged it up a tiny bit, and I'll just buff it right off. All right. So, questions? Anyone? What is adult interaction? I don't know. If you find out, let me know, please, because I honestly have no idea. If it's not getting a call from an assistant principal because someone's been really naughty at school, I do not know what adult interaction is. Oh, or going to the doctor's office. Sometimes I do enjoy going to the doctor's office or running errands because then that means I get to see other adults and have a little bit of conversation. That's completely healthy, right guys? Totally. All right. So I'm going to just go back with my little brush right here, and I'm going to buff off where I accidentally smudged a little bit when I was putting it on, now that it's dry. Now, if I would have tried doing that right after it happened, it would have just smeared. But since I let it dry a little bit, now we are looking better. All right, just going to finish up. I'm going to put one more coat because why not, right? Why not? All right. Let's see here. We're going to get very nice lashes. Oh my gosh. And I've got to go. All right. So 5-minute face. Here we go. You have got some mascara, foundation. This was more than 5 minutes because I've been talking. A little bit of concealing. And I'm going to do a fall lip. Now this is kind of a very warm, fallish. I mean, I just want to put on a scarf, except for it's 90 degrees in Houston, so the struggle is real. This is one of my favorite colors. It is called Sugar Plum, and it's Enduring Lips. So you guys have probably seen me wearing it, bragging about it. So if you're a mom and you want to feel put together, grab you some Enduring Lips. Put on some mascara. I mean, really, that's all you need. All right, if you have any questions about anything that I used, I have hair on my lip, or you want some samples of anything, let me know. Great makeup starts with really great skincare. So if you want to try out some skincare samples, let me know. And I can help you. I can get you some samples. I can get you color matched for foundation or concealer. And I can tell you about some great products. All right, y'all. Have a good afternoon. Pray for me as I go to the pickup line. Bye.